Today I wanted to go over a few things that have changed to our class now that we have transitioned to a virtual classroom. So, as you know, we have a hybrid blended class already. So what we're doing is taking the seated class and transitioning to a virtual format. The difference in that and a completely online class is that we're going to have face-to-face interactions via Zoom. So I'm still here for you in a face-to-face format. You're not going to be completely left alone to complete this tax course. So don't worry, I'm here. The first thing I want to show you is the updated faculty information. The number you see here is that Google phone number that we went over in class on Thursday before spring break. You can call or text me at this number. Just make sure to mention your name and what class you're in so that I know what to be expecting as a question. Since we are going to be virtual for the rest of the semester, I'm not going to be on campus and holding virtual office hours via Microsoft Teams and/or Zoom. You'll see my new office hours posted here. In addition to these office hours, I will be completely dedicating the regular class time to just our class. So what this means to you is that on Thursdays from 11 a.m. to 12:50 p.m., I will be available and dedicated to answer questions just for your class. You can reach out to me via email, phone call or text, Microsoft Teams, or you can invite me to a Zoom meeting and we can have one-on-one conversations about the topics. Over here on the left side, you'll see this new menu item, Transition to a Virtual Classroom. Here is listed your expectations for the rest of the classroom. You are expected to attend the live each Thursday, as well as watch pre-recorded lectures on the topics we will be covering. You are still going to submit all your assignments through Cengage and Blackboard as they're assigned. Here it shows that assignments are to be submitted by 11:59 p.m. As you know, in Cengage, that's 11:55. So I've got to go in and update that. Student resources. If you are in need of home internet services, several internet service providers are offering free or discounted internet services. Take a look at the document here and see if any of these are applicable to you. Also, there are some student success tips. This is the document for the student success tips. I highly recommend that you put this class on your schedule. Had things not changed, we would be meeting on Thursdays from 11 to 12:50. Set aside that time, sit down, and do the assignments that are listed as assignments for class that day. Make sure that you do the reading and contact me with questions. I know text can be very confusing and you're going to have questions. Reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. I want you to succeed. Below the student resources is a folder, March the 30th through April the 3rd. That is for that week. That week we're going to be covering Chapter 5, Deductions for and from AGI. In this folder, you'll find expectations of assignments that you are to complete before class and for class. There's also a link to the Chapter 5 Lessons folder where you'll find the Graded Assignments folder, Video Resources folder, which is where the lecture videos will be, and Additional Resources folder. You can still access the Chapter 5 folder via Lessons over here on the left-hand side of the menu. You can also click in here to access the information for this week's class. At the top, you'll see a link to Chapter 5. This will take you directly to that Lessons folder. So if you're looking at your tasks to complete and you want to go to one of the assignments, you can click on the link to Chapter 5 and it will take you directly to that folder. So what do you need to complete? For the first class, you have the following things to complete before class on April the 2nd. Watch the April 2nd introduction video. Once I prepare that video, it will be posted down here underneath your task to complete. Complete the transition to a virtual classroom scavenger hunt. This is a graded homework assignment. This is like the scavenger hunt you did at the beginning of the semester to make sure that you have gone through and read about all the changes to the class. Read the Chapter 5 Learning Objectives 1 through 3 and 5 through 10. We will not be covering Learning Objective 4 in Chapter 5. You also need to go to the Chapter 5 folder under Lessons and complete the Chapter 5 multiple choice graded assignment prior to our live class meeting. Then on Thursday, for class time, we will do the following things. You are to watch the pre-recorded lecture videos for learning objectives 1 through 3 and 5 through 10. There will be a different video for each learning objective, so they'll be in short little chunks instead of one long video. Once I have recorded those, they will be under video resources under the Chapter 5 lessons folder. You also need to join our live class session in Zoom on Thursday at 11 a.m. Won't be a long session, probably 30 minutes or so, where I'll go over some of the tricky topics in the chapter and answer any questions that you may have. You should have gotten an email with an invitation to this meeting. The meeting ID is also listed there for you to join. Lastly, you got to complete the attendance assignment in Cengage. We are still taking attendance, so you still need to complete the assignments online for online attendance, and this assignment will be your sign-in for the seated class time. What this is the self-study problems from Chapter 5. They are not for a grade, they're simply for participation. So do your best on them, but they will open up on Thursday morning and they will be due by 11:59 p.m. Thursday, or 11:55 p.m., excuse me, on Thursday. You have to submit it by that deadline Thursday night in order to be counted as in attendance for the April 2nd meeting. Under course resources, I have posted a new course calendar. This is our course calendar as it appears under course resources now. If you go down to March, you will see that you now have that 2-week spring break that you guys got. Moving into April, you will see that there are now 3 assignments due on Wednesday, April the 1st. That review assignment for chapters 3 and 4 that we started before spring break is due. The Chapter 5 multiple choice is due, and that transition scavenger hunt is due. All those need to be completed before class. Thursday, we'll do the Chapter 5 lecture, and those assignments that were shown in Blackboard are what will be for class that day. Then you'll just move on throughout the calendar. You'll see that the due days of assignments have not changed. Everything is still due on a Wednesday. The quiz will be at home, obviously. It will open up and close. It closes on the 23rd at 11:55 p.m. So you'll have a window of time to take the quiz. You also have received an email stating that the semester has been extended by a week. So instead of the last day of the semester being Friday, May 8th, it is now Friday, May the 15th. So the final exam is in 2 parts. You have a final exam tax return and a final exam that's multiple choice. Both of those were open ahead of time, and you have a window of time to complete them. The deadline for the final exam tax return is the 13th, and then multiple choice is the 14th. We'll discuss this more as we get closer to the end of the semester. This is our Microsoft team for the class. We looked at this in class on Thursday at the 12th. So just make sure you're referring back to this for information. You can ask me questions here. You can ask your classmates questions. You can all communicate via this Microsoft team that we have. I've also added you all to the accounting club for South Campus. I'm working with Career and Employment Services to bring some virtual workshops to you students. Resume building, perfecting your pitch, things like that. So even if you're not necessarily an accounting major, which I think most of you are, but if you're not, you're still going to get a lot of benefit from this Southern Rate Tech accounting team. Lastly, I want to show you this really cool thing that I discovered. You may know it already, but if you don't, if you have an iPhone or an iPad, you can use the Notes app to create a PDF document. So what you do is you open the Notes app. You click down here to create a new note. Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties. Hold on one moment. You click on the camera icon. If that is not showing, then click on this little plus symbol. Go to the camera icon, and the very first thing it says is scan documents. Your camera then comes up. Take the document you want to scan, take a picture of it. You can then crop the document so that it is only showing the information that you want, and then you hit keep scan. Lastly, you've got to hit the save button. Once you save it, it saves to a new note. From there, you can share it. You hit the share button at the top. Choose how you want to share it. I'm going to share it through Outlook. And as you see, it attaches as a PDF document. I think this is really awesome, and it'll be really helpful for you who don't have a scanner. I believe that is everything that I wanted to instruct you about with this course. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you all soon.